We start exactly around 10 p.m. Okay? 10시부터 정확하게 시작을 하겠습니다. Please kindly wait until the 10 p.m. Okay? Okay, but you may ask me about any questions about E7, E7-1, and E7-4, F299 visa, and F27 and F5, all kinds of F5 visa as well. So we will start exactly 2 minutes later, and exactly around the 10 p.m. we will start. So if you have any questions, please leave your message on my YouTube channel, and we will explain and the best as I can. 질문 사항이 있으시면 코리안이나 영어로 질문을 해주시면 제가 최대한 답변을 드리겠습니다. 오케이. 오랜만에 뵙습니다. 오랜만에 뵙습니다. 코로나19 때문에 요즘에 사회적 거리두기 단계가 2.5 단계입니다. 서울, 인천, 경기 지역, 수도권, 그리고 지방 같은 경우는 2 단계인데 아마 많이 힘들 거라고 생각합니다. Right now in Korea for the COVID-19 and the social distancing level is 2.5 in the metropolitan area and level 2 in the local provinces right now. So all and the foreigners and as well as Koreans and the feel very difficulties and because we cannot meet the someone or do something, and also all around the Korea and ban means a stop and gathering 5 persons right now it doesn't matter about it privately and gathering 5 persons in and highly and prohibited right now. So it's a very difficult decision. Me and the Koreans as well as and the foreigners living in Korea right now. 그래서 우선은 최근에 변경된 몇 가지의 출입국 정책에 대해서 간단하게 먼저 설명을 드리고 그 설명을 드리는 중간에 어 메시지 코멘트를 남겨 주시면 최대한 제가 설명을 해 드리도록 하겠습니다. Recently, there are lots of changes in immigration policies, so I will explain the new and the updated immigration policy and for the 5 to 10 minutes while I explain and the current immigration and the policies. Please kindly leave a message on your any questions. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I can deal with everything. So I will let you know for the details. 오케이. 우선은 최근 변경된 출입국 정책 중에서 한국에 입국하는 모든 사람들에게 PCR 테스트를 요구를 하고 있고요. PCR 테스트는 출발 전 72시간 전에 검사를 받아서 제출을 해야 한국에 입국이 가능합니다. And from the late last December, and it has a new policy. Some the foreigners entering into Korea, and they shall submit the PCR, the test report. The PCR test report is related to the COVID-19 and negative certificate. You shall submit PCR test report within 72 hours before departure from your country into Korea. This is the first and the news. 두 번째로 E74 비자 관련해서 아직까지 디테일한 1분기 또는 고득점에 대한 지침이 내려와 있지 않습니다. 다만 고득점자는 65점 이상 고득점자는 지금 1월 달에도 신청을 할 수 있습니다만 정확한 지침이 아직 내려와 있다고 얘기를 못 드렸기 때문에 아마 그 접수하고 나서 상당 기간이 소요가 될 겁니다. E74 비자 관련해서 숙련 기능 인력 점수제 비자 관련해서 올해부터는 그러니까 regular 일반적으로 일반 신청자 125명씩 선발하는 일반 신청자에 대한 접수가 3월, 6월, 9월, 12월로 바뀐다는 점, 예, 좀 알아셨으면 좋겠습니다. Based on the High Korean information for the E74, the 2021 application, but only has one information has released, such as a higher point and a holder is 65 points is a more the 65 point and over the 65 point, and the kinds of person and the holding E9 visa holders can apply for E74 now in January if you have enough points such as 65 points or higher. But you can apply for the E74 visa. But as far as I know, there is no any specific and the guidelines for the E74 visa yet, because 2021, this year's in the regular application for the E74 and the start exactly in March and June and September and December. This year, a little bit the change the application days. So as far as I checked it, there is no any specific information about the 2021 E74 rule, but based on the High Korea information and the higher point holder, like 65 point or higher, can that E9 visa holders can apply for the E74 in January right now. But I explained earlier, there is no any specific information about the E74 criteria in 2021. even if you have more than 65 points and as a higher point holder, so your application, the result will be delayed until the final and the E74, the criteria is released in January. So once a new E74 in a visa policy is released, I will inform you, and also just open and this chatting in the YouTube channel. I'd like to deliver that kind of information through YouTube channel. 세 번째로 설명드릴 부분들은 어 F299 비자에 관련돼서 연장을 할 때 뭐 많은 정책이 변화가 되어 있었는데 모든 거를 설명드리기는 조금 힘들고요. 제가 유튜브 채널에 올려드린 것들 기준으로 해서 정보를 얻으시고, 그리고 최근에 확인한 거를 유튜브 채널을 통해서 이미 올려드렸지만, 최근에 F299 비자 관련해서 연장할 때도 F299 비자를 처음에 비자 신청할 때 3천만 원이 있어야 되잖아요. 그래서 3천만 원에 대한 본인이 디파짓이라든가 아니면 렌트 컨트랙트로 증명을 해야 연장이 된다는 점 설명해 드리겠습니다. I uploaded several times for the F299 and the long-term residence visa issues. And recently, I received certain information. I just posted about the extension about F299 visa, right? But the 2020, the one of my client asked me about the when I extend F299, and it has changed certain rules, such as you have to prove your deposit or the rent contract amount, the value or amount as 30 million won. So it has, I just request to forward this information to other relevant immigration the offices. And recently I got this message. So when you extend F299 visa, right? But there are a lot of the rules when you extend, but just for proving your the deposit or the rent contract amount 30 million won, right? So when you extend F299, you shall prove 30 million won on your bank account or rent contract. Also, F299 visa holder shall prove 30 million won and also your deposit or rent in an amount like a 50 million won. Because the 30 million won, when you prove it, and you can combine your spouse and some account and some amount, you can combine together. But F299 visa holders shall prove at least 50 million won is on your pocket, like a rent contract or a deposit. 뭐 마지막으로 F27 비자에 관련돼서 질문을 굉장히 많이 주셔서 F7 비자에 관련돼서 설명을 드리겠습니다. 12월 1일부터 시작된 F7 비자 새로 바뀐 시스템이 저도 몇 건을 진행을 했었고 몇 건이 허가가 됐었는데, 최근에 제가 페이스북에 올려드린 바와 같이 F7 비자를 신청할 때 범죄 경력서, 그러니까 본국의 범죄 경력 증명서를 아포스티유 또는 영사 확인을 받아서 반드시 제출을 해야 됩니다. 신청과 동시에 제출을 해야 됩니다. 원래 지침상에는 특별하게 규정이 되어 있지 않았지만 지침을 시행하면서 추가적으로 요청하는 사례가 늘었었고, 그다음에 신규로 작년 12월 26일 이후로 F7 비자를 신청하시는 외국인들은 모두 아포스티유 또는 영사 확인을 받은 criminal record 범죄 경력 증명서를 from your country에서 발급받아서 제출을 하지 않으면 서류 자체를 받지 않고 있기 때문에 반드시 F7 비자, new criteria에 있는 F7 비자를 신청하시는 외국인 분들은 반드시 본국에서 범죄 경력 증명서를 발급받아서 제출을 하셔야 됩니다. A new F7, the rule and has started from the December 1st last year, but there is no any guideline for the criminal record submission. But recently, Immigration Office request for the criminal record, and so when you apply for the F27 with a new criteria, you shall submit your country's criminal record with apostle or the Korean embassy's consular the confirmation stamp on it. So if you are not preparing for apostle, or it's apostille in Korean languages, it's apostle, or the Korean and the consular and the embassies in a consular the confirmation stamp. Without them, and the immigration officers refused your application for the F27 visa. So before applying for the F27 visa right now, so please kindly contact your embassy in Korea and how to get your criminal record from your country. And if embassy and deliver this criminal record from your country and send back to your country, again get apostille or Korean embassies and the stamp. Okay, the right now is I deliver the very important and for the immigration policy information, and right now we will start and based on your question and answers. Okay, the first one is Sabuji Mola. Sir, I want to know D8 visa from E9. Yes, there was some of the news from the 2019, but that kinds of information has deleted from the guideline, right? So the previously, if E9 visa holders invested 300 million won, 300 million won, around the 280,000 US dollars, 3억 won, like a 300 million won. If you invested it, you have a chance to apply for the D8 visa right now. But in 2020, there was no indication about the possibility to change E9 to D8. Also, previously G1 has changed to the D8, but this is erased on the guideline. So based on my understanding so far, and it is right now is difficult to the change from E9 to D8 visa right now. So if your E9 visa is almost expired, so I just give her some recommendation you that just visit after the finish your E9 visa and visit to your country and try to make a in a preparation for the D8 visa, right? This is a kind of process. Okay, so based on my understanding, the right now in the E9 to D8 visa investing over 300 million won, it is not available. The next one, Mr. Roman Yamanov, how are you? And I hope in sometimes communicating with him. So hello, sir. I'd like to ask about KGSP, the GNI benefit, right? And the foreigners who graduated before 2016 and never had a chance to have a D27 visa, nevertheless, have finished the KGSP. KGSP is a Korean scholarship program, right? So nevertheless, have finished the KGSP and have all documentations. Mr. Roman, yes, D27 is starting in the 2016. So before and the D27 and the new policy started, and already graduate before 2016, the new D27 visa policy started, and there is no any benefit, right? So somebody who can who had or who holds and the D27 visa, right? And you can change it to E7 or other F2 visa, and also have a very good benefit. But even if you got you come to Korea with a Korea scholarship program, but at the time before the 2016, I think it's summertime. Before that, there was no any D27, so you don't have a qualification for the GNI and the permanent residency GNI benefit. Oh, for example, right now, if you got a D27 right after 2016 and summer season, and if you got a E7 or F2, it doesn't matter. So when you change it to the F5, it is a very good benefit. So GNI one-time income, if you prove it, you can apply for the F5 with a D27 holders. I'm sorry. The coughing because of my voice is a little bit loud, so kind of understand that. Okay, Miss Bvec and Aria. When can I reserve for E7 in immigration? I explained before for you got more than 65 point or not. If you got more than 65 point with a 2018 and 2019's income certificate, and you can apply for that, right? But I'm not sure that immigration office and accept even if you are more than 65 point or not. But basically, they will accept your application, but they will hold on to the final like E74 criteria in 2021 is released. A regular application for 125 persons uh, maybe maybe chosen. They start the first and the quarter, the start from March, end of March, and second and the quarter is end of June, and third quarter the end of September, and the fourth quarter is the end of December. It is clear, right? So if you got over 65 point, apply with a 2018 and 2019 income certificate. Okay, Mr. Roman, just to privately contact me, and there is any other ways to try to find out how to change the F5 visa. Okay, Mr. Roman, contact me through you know my cell number, right? So the next week, if you have time, you call me. Tide Khan, sir, what would you suggest to a person who is gonna applying for E7 4 in 2022? What would be the passing mark in? I don't know actually about that, right? But there is a certain information, and but I'm not sure that from this year or next year, higher point and applicant the point will be changed. The currently is a 65 point, but I'm not sure, but it will be higher than that. But anyway, and based on the previous information in the 2020s and the quarter 3 and the quarter 4s and cut line score, the was 68. So, but I'm not sure that, but higher than 68 point or same point will be applied in 2021 or 2022. But but as you know, China Khan, the last year 2020, there was a very tough time in Korea. Even whole Koreans and foreigners, especially E9 visa holders, in the felt difficulties because due to the COVID-19 and strong social distancing, lots of the factories have closed their business or just shorten the working hours. And also, and from the January 1st of 2021, this year, if the companies hires more than 50 Korean workers, and the maximum working hours per week is 52 hours. So if we applied And this new rule in 2021, this year's income maybe low, right? I think it's you uh, understand the current situation. So it's a very disadvantage because you know, to apply for the E74, the without 2060 million won per year, without this or less than 2060 million won, there is no chance to apply for the E74. So the concerns are this income. Okay. What's this? I came F299 from F26. Okay, so what kind of business can I do? No, it is not available. I just newly checked it, but like 2019 or previously 2018, there was no any specific, excuse me, specific and a guideline for the open new own business with F299. But the last year I just checked it, and several times that I said that immigration said that F299 is like a before like a September, the last September, and they said that uh, if you open your own business, it shall be related to and the previous visa type. So I just explained if you held E2 visa right before F299, and if you open your own business, you have to open the academic, right, English academy. But after 60 visa holders means you are working at a manufacturing usually. So in this case, you have to open your factory. But I just applied I just received a new information, and that I asked to headquarters of the immigration office for the business possibility with F299 visa. But they said that only allows work. So what's this? Uh, basically, F299 visa holders cannot run your own business. This is a rule. I checked the new rule, but you can work for others. You can find another job. So one of my clients preparing for the F5, they are working at several companies right now. So only way to deal with F299 visa holders is just finding several jobs. This is the only way. You cannot open your own business. Madison Kamalov. Okay. Good evening, Mister. I want to ask you about F515, like a PhD degree holder applying for the permanent residency, right? I knew that is a type of F5 which is special for holders of PhD degree. Yes. PhD degree holders graduated from one of the Korean universities. So if you got the PhD from overseas with advanced technology, you have to apply for the F59 instead of F515. F515 is just for a PhD degree holder in one of the Korean universities. It doesn't matter about the majors. Can you give more information about that? I already posted it, F515 information on my YouTube channel or my webpage, www.visainkorea.com. So I just let you know the basic information about F515. The first one, you have to have a PhD degree and from one of the Korean universities, okay, not overseas. The secondly, and after you got the PhD degree, you have to work more than 1 year at a one company and continuously, right? And thirdly, the GNI one time is required. The fourthly, mm, uh, mm, like a regular worker certificate is required issued by your company. The 정규직, right? 확인서, and the confirmation for regular workers. So this is a for the requirements are required. This is a very important thing. Okay, is it clear? And what is that? Okay, Mr. Chaidakhan and the Kamalov and everything is this. And okay, Chaidakhan, kindly tell me how to get a recommendation letter. Recommendation letter. So we do E74 recommendation letter is different from the which kind of in this the field of industry you are working at it, right? For example, if you are working at the plastic company or the food factory, right? And or wood industry, if you want to get a recommendation letter from the Ministry of Labor and Employment, and your visa and a valid period shall be within 1 year, and you have to be you had to be a sincere worker, but you can apply for that like a 2 week or 2 weeks before the regular and the general E74 application. And also fishery and agricultural and yeah, that kind of livestock, that kind of things. And yeah, this is you can apply for this recommendation. But that agricultural, the related field, that you have to work as a sincere worker first, and secondly is you have to your the E9 visa validity period shall be remain within 6 months, right? They kind of check this one. And another one is the Joshua, I want to know how to apply for F5 from F2 refugee. I cannot understand. If you got how to apply for the F5 from, oh, okay. F2, if you got your visa type is the F24, is a refugee and recognized as a refugee. So it is called F24 the visa time. F24 to F5 is required basically two very important information. The first one, the 2 years from F2, the permission date, and you were the previous income shall be over GNI one time. But 2019's GNI is a 37.4 million won, right? So, but this March and the 2020 and the GNI will be released, but it's more higher. So the very important thing is you have to stay 2 more years with F2, 4, and GNI one-time income, and you need to complete your KIP stage 5. Clear? Okay. Latif, hi, my question about volunteering work for E9 to E74. How many hours we need, how many times, and how many we can get points? There is a one one information about that. There is no any specific in the long-term date, but if you want to get the volunteering work as a 3 point, and you have to the volunteer work more than 1 year, starting from your date of application. It's a 5 years. It doesn't matter. There is no any specific and the period and the variations, and the 200 hours. 200 hours and more than 1 year, starting from the date of your application. Okay. The flex. Sir, it's very difficult to the Chinese 74 visa for some regions. Yeah, I know that. I really understand that your situation. The most problem is the free point. Yeah, this is one of their headache, right? In this reason is cut line score has been increased, raised, right? So somebody's the leave Upmian and some areas that they get free point. It is very difficult to change visa who not live in area. Yes, I totally understand. uh, before the last years and the second quarter, right? Only 강원도 and 경상남도, 강원도, 충청남도, 충청북도, 전라남도, 전라북도, 경상남도, 경상북도, and some of the part of Jeju Island with 읍 or 면 area working, and give, and 5 point for 2 years working, and 7 point for 3 years working, and 10 point for the 4 years working. But in the Q2 2020, this rule has changed. So, and the rule is more widened and give more benefit to working experience at the previous that kind of a provincial area. And also added, but previously in the metropolitan area, it is not allowed to give the certain point, even if you just worked at a certain like a provincial 읍면 area. But if you were even if 경기도, right, and 인천광역시, 인천 is the 옹진군 only, 옹진군 and the 광화군, and if you working at a 읍면 previously or still, and you can combine. And the 경기도 especially, there are a lot. 서귀표 and 제주도 only added, and 서귀표 읍면, but 경기도 there are around 10 in the areas. So if we just, even if and your 읍면 is a part of our 경기도 province, but you can get the point, and if you were the city and the population is less than 200,000 and you are working at our 읍면 or worked at our 읍면, you can combine. So in this reason, previously the work experience can combine each other, so that's why there is like a 5 to 10 points. It's very high, so that's why there is one of the reasons to the rate in a cut line score. So I know that, totally understand that, but there is a guideline that said that, so I cannot do anything about that. I'm really sorry about that, but this is sometimes the feel unfair. I totally understand. F515, yes, F515 and the PhD degree holder graduate from one of the Korean universities is no problem, right? Without any like a specific things, right? Okay, specific. It doesn't matter about the major, because F510, like the master degree holder also, they don't care about their like the major as well. The F515 also, they don't care about the major. F7 비자 연장할 때, the refund, F7 비자 연장할 때 범죄 경력 증명서 필요합니까? I just explained already. So Paul, when you the F7 extension, right? I think I don't know actually about which visa did you have before the F7, but when you extend, yeah, you need to prepare for the criminal record, and with Korean, your country's Korean embassy is a stamp. Prepare right before that. Child Khan, what 자격증 certification is should get if I am working in a plastic molding company? I don't know actually about that. The right now is based on my current the information. It's a 자격증, right? This is a certification or like a technician license. Is like very, very getting harder to get a point. The certain person in a visa holder is working at a certain place, and they just said that I got this technician license, but immigration office and visit the factory and check that this license is useful for you or not. But the molding company, the plastic molding company is like, but I'm not sure that your company is fabricating the mold, like a metal mold. So there is a mold, and the 자격증 process is hard. But you may ask to 한국산업인력관리공단 or 외국인 고용지원센터, any kind of the license related to your job, your work, and you can ask for them. Okay. Korean Life 한국 생활님. F7 visa can work to workplaces? Yes. F7 visa, the benefit is the first one, you can work in several areas. Secondly, you can open your own business. Thirdly, you can work and open your own business are allowable. Okay. 수억, I'm sorry, this pronunciation is not quite good. So, the Mr. Suokuhiri. So what about changing my D2 visa to, I'm sorry, I'm not a specialty for the G1 visa, right? And the visit to immigration office for that. Isn't it easy to get F515 if you got the PhD degree and from one of the Korean universities and working and the more than 1 year at a regular worker and with a GNI one-time income, you can apply for that. But I said that there was no easy visas in Korea. Even if it looks so easy, but the immigration may request a larger document additionally, right? And yeah, Komboro. If I have a Korean master's and I have 4 insurances but work as an English teacher, is it possible to get F510? But you have 4 insurances means 국민고용보험 is employment insurance and industrial insurance and medical insurance and I forgot that one thing. But if you got the registered as a employment insurance and you got a master's degree and KIP stage 5 completion and GNI one-time income, you can apply for that. Child Khan. So kindly let me know what is the process to get recommendation letter for apply for E74. I am working in one company and my visa is almost valid less than a year. So I don't know actually about that. So which kind of field and are you working at it? And Mr. Child Khan, if you're working at a wood industry, you can apply for your recommendation letter, right? And the Ministry of Industry. And if you're working at the plastic injection and food manufacturer, food factories, and metal company, and if the validity period is less than 1 year, so before 2 weeks before the general application for the E74, you can request for your recommendation to the Ministry of Labor and the labor and the employment. Okay. For the details, you can contact you 1345, or they contact you the Ministry of Industry, the kind of stuff. And Wuyan and the Vuong, how much do I have to earn a month to get F2? But I don't know actually about the I don't know actually about your the current visa status. So, but the D7, D5, D7, and D8, D9, E1 to E7 visa holders can apply for the F27 visa, right? 3 years after that. But if you are holding one of this visa and the previous the income is more than 30 million won, you can apply for the F27 and if you meet the 80 point, okay? The subsidy, the whole later. Now, how to change F299 from E74? Okay, there are the requirement, and firstly, and the 5 years required from E74. The secondly, and KIIP stage 4 completion. The 3, it is based on you are currently staying with your spouse, and if you do, and the GNI 1.5, 55 million won or 56 million won income is required, or if you are the staying in Korea with a E74 alone without your spouse and your children, you can prove basic income and the 18 times of a basic income is around the 32 million won or 33 million won, and for the previous year's income. And also you have to show that deposit 30 million won or the rent contract 30 million won. This is a basic rule. Okay, clear? The important thing is you needed to wait until 5 years. Okay, Kamalov. Sorry, Mister. The one more question about F515 requirement. What is the way to apply for that while doing postdoc or working as a researcher for university after graduate PhD in Korean universities? But actually, but before the 2018 F515, it was a bit easier to get it. But after the 2018, if you're working at a universities, right? This is very difficult because of a university is cannot issue your regular worker certificate. This is one of the very, very, very big problems right now. So if you were the universities, right, and can issue and the certificate of regular worker or certificate of a permanent worker, if they can they issued it, you can try. But okay, so there is one thing. And F26 visa 연장 잘 설명 못. F26 visa extension, you got a F26, right? When you extend F26, you have to meet the same as when you apply for the F26. So one time, if you got F26 and when you extend F26, your visa will be F299, but you have to meet F26 requirement. But I don't know actually about the last September after that, but almost GNI. So 2 years the income shall be over than the higher than GNI one time, maybe like a 35, 38. Yes, or maybe it's a 2 years in the basic, and the income shall be over 37 or 38 million won. And the 20 million won, the saving, right? And yeah, other things is almost the same thing as a F26 application. So how to get F5 from F299? This is a very tough questions because the most of all, you know that. So how to, and the basic requirement is F299 to F5, but I don't know which visa did you have before F299. So if you got a E1 to E7, D5, D5 and D7 and D8, D9, E1 to E7 previously before the F299, if you do that, and you can add this previous visa types period with the F299 visa period. If you combine more than 5 years, you can apply for that. First one, period. Second one, KIP stage 5 completion is a mandatory. Number 3, you can apply for the F51. And number 3 is a GNI double income. GNI is 2019 is the GNI is 37.4 million won, right? And the GNI, the double income, yeah, this is the basic requirement. So to meet the GNI double is the most difficult one, right? I just met a lot of person. The one person I knew that, and he got F299 before and F51, the finally approved, but it was a lot of documentation and submitted. It's very difficult, and he prepared for more than 5 years to meet the GNI double. So you have to make a plan and have to do that. Just 1 year, 2 year, it is almost impossible. Okay, Wu-Yan Vuong, I'm holding D2, D2 1 or D2 2 or D2 3 or D2 4. Is a bachelor or associate degree, or but I don't know actually about. If I finish the get master degree, oh, D2 3. And can I apply straight for the F27 without having 1 year working at a company? Uh, if you have to check my new F27 visa rule. There is no any and the visa that change from the 1 year from that, right? Usually, if you are holding D5, D7, and the D8, D9, E1 to E7, and to F27 needs more than 3 years with that visa, right? But if your previous, if previous income is more than 40 million won, you can apply for that. If your points are over 80 points, but in your case is a master degree directly to F27 is partially accepted if you were D2 the studying and the period is over 3 years, and if you meet a certain requirement, you can apply for that. But this is very, very, very difficult. From D2 to F27. If you start the masters, exactly starting from the masters, so D2 to F27 in your case, like within less than 3 years with a D2 to F27, it is not available. Okay, so the change E7, and after that, let's see, and previous year's income is over 40 million or not. At the time, you can apply for that. Stefano, from your experience, what are the chances that the rules regarding F27 visa will change again within the next year? I don't know. Actually, but right now is the based on my experience, it will be more detailed. Detailed meaning is previously, when the criteria is released, that has released in before the December the 1st, there is no any other information about the submission of your criminal record with Apostle or just the Korean embassy's the consular confirmation stamp. But right now it is added. So there are lots of things that we needed to discuss it, but and previous E7 F27 and the criteria is almost maintained for 4 years, starting from 2016. So I think in the few years it will be maintained the current rules, but make a more detailed, right, within current criteria, right? And Timo F. I support Stefano. Oh, the question. I am also interested in. Okay. Yes, I just already said that. But as I said that, and the new rule after 7 is a visa change is also difficult right now. Is getting more detailed. If there is a certain rules that comes up, immigration may add more additional rule, more detailed rule with the current the frame of after 7. But I said that it is getting more detailed, but I don't know actually about the what will be changed in the future. But the main frame of the F7 new rule, the pointed chart will be the same. F99 visa to F511. F511 is a point based and the permanent residency. But I don't know. But I think that you are previously you had a E1 or E3 researcher, so that's why you said that F511. But actually, if even the income is very higher, they already posted on my my YouTube channel for the F511 visa. So almost the same thing is just the point chart. But if you're working at 500 in the word 500 the companies or 200 university as a uh, like 부교수, like assistant professor. But I'm not sure. So more than 5 years, and you have to as a regular worker. This is a very rule is very strict. So uh, kindly check that the point chart F5 11 point chart through my YouTube channel Visa in Korea 1. Okay. Sabuji, how later? Oh, you just asked me one more time. I have been in Korea for 3 years on an E7 visa. Okay, my family is with me. Now, if I send my family to their country, then after 2 years, I can change after 99 visa. I mean, if it is the three, if you are, but there is no any specific information about that because of this is based on if you are staying in alone and apply for the F27, right? The F299. But while you are holding E7 and E74, E71, I'm not sure, but if you already invited your family members, but based on my understanding, and if before they expire their visa and they just return the ERC, and if you stay in Korea alone, yeah, you can try for that, right? But this is my private opinion based on the guideline. So, but I'm not sure the immigration officer may check that previously your spouse got F3 with you or not. It will affect when you apply for the F299 visa or not. But at the time of, based on my understanding, at the time of F299, and if you are single and staying in Korea at a single, and you can apply for that, is what I'm saying. GNI is, no, GNI, 2019's GNI is, GNI is not 3.2 million won. I said GNI is 3.37, I don't know, 37.4 million won right now. So if you divide it into monthly, yes, monthly, yeah, 3.2 million won monthly, right? So GNI is actually based on your yearly income, not monthly income. Monthly income is up and down, right? Because of your overtime or not, is up and down, up and down. So you need to check that 1 year totally. Okay, is Mehdi. Hello, I am on F2 visa and I am, which kind of F2? There are lots of F2. I am about to extend it soon, but I am student at the moment. I got into the graduate school, the master's, after I got my F2 visa. No. Okay. I've heard a lot of persons like some person got F27 and before extend and they just studying in university or doing something, right? So when you extend and if you don't have an income, right, and 80 points, your visa will be canceled. Okay, check my YouTube channel. There are lots of information on it. I already explained it. So I am studying a PhD in material science and engineering, right? Advanced technology, right? Loni. So after that, I can apply for the postdoctoral or researcher visa. There is no any specific in a postdoctoral. This is so the researcher is a E3 or the professor is a E1. You can apply for that. So does this visa have an opportunity after 2 postdoc into F5 application? That I said that. And if you got the PhD degree holder, right? It doesn't matter PhD or the postdoc. It doesn't matter. The need a PhD and the certificate and graduate from one of the Korean universities. But the important thing is after you got PhD or a postdoc, right? The important thing is that you have to work more than 1 year as a regular worker and the GNI one time. GNI one time income, you can meet it, but very difficult if you are working at a university and is or government and the laboratory or even like some part of a private laboratory, and if they cannot issue your the regular worker certificate and employment insurance, without that, it's difficult to apply for the F515, right? So this the live talking, live and explanation, the YouTube channel today after the and on time YouTube explanation, you can review again. There are several questions is repeated. You can check it one more time after that. Okay, Sajana. Okay, just two more. Okay, Sajana, the Mahajan and share the gospel, and I will just give it to the persons only. The answer that I am in Korea from 10 years in D2. 10 years with the D2. Okay. I completed my bachelor's and master's in Korea now. I am pursuing PhD degree. I have a TOEFL level 4 and KIP stage 5. Can you explain process of D2? So right now, you got D2 and the master degree you finished already. And so what is your purpose? You want to find a job. So if you want to the master degree, if you're studying bachelor's and master together is more than 3 years right now. So you can, if you find a company and with a Kostak listed company and with 80 points, you can apply for the F7. Without that, right? And after graduate or currently you have to find a job and change E7 visa and wait 3 years or 1 year after that, your previous year's income is more than the 40 million won with the 80 point, you can apply for that. Okay, is it clear? They share the gospel for E7 visa in first quarter, E7 4, right? How to calculate salary? Total salary. Okay, when you apply for the first quarter in 2021, you can use the 2019 income certificate and 2020 like withholding tax certificate issued by tax office, not your company. Okay. So I have a F1 visa. I am studying in Korean middle school. Would I get a visa when no? You can so under 18 years old you can hold an F1. So after the 18 years old, if you become adult, you have to just find a university with a D2 or you have to go back to your country. Yuan Vuong, thank you. So I can apply for D10 for the very first time after holding E7 and working for a company before. Graduating and studying master. But I don't, Mr. Vuong, I'm sorry, but I cannot remember the person's information. So what do you say? Okay, you are holding D2 and a master degree. Apply for the F7. So okay, so after you changed it, you finish the D2, you can change it D10, the finding a job, and but master degree and but it is based on the point chart. The 60 point and higher than that, you can check it. But point chart of D10 1. So if you have enough point and you can every 6 months you can extend the maximum 2 years. So if you find a job and apply for the E7, and after that, right, you can do that. How long D10? I said that 6 months you can extend it. The maximum period is a D10. I said the maximum, it is not giving 2 years every 6 months. It is not the meaning is. It means maximum period is 2 years, but every 6 months you have to apply, and the immigration officer may check your document and grant you another 6 months or not. Okay. Okay, everything is clear. Thank you very much for today's the YouTube and the live Q&A. If possible, and every week I will do and make the kinds of the things to communicate each other. And also I try to post some of the information on my YouTube channel, because last December and until now I was so busy, right? Due to something, special things. Really sorry for that, and delaying uploading my YouTube and some lecturing about this. Okay, I finished it. Really, really appreciate that, and really appreciate that. And thank you very much for the joining our YouTube live. And I'll see you next time, and we will see with the bright face next time. Appreciate that, and see you next time. Bye bye. This is a Vision Korean, Mr. Zhang. Have Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Everybody, Happy New Year. 새해 복 많이 받으세요. 그리고 the everything you wish this year and to be that came true, is come true. So I hope that every you want to be is want to be and comes true. Okay, thank you, and see you next time. Bye bye. Thank you, and we joined again.